Well, back in November, Newcastle were well beaten in Melbourne by 4-0. The Jets slumped to 9th. Victory were in 5th. But that has proved to be Victory's high watermark of the season so far, while the Jets have had something of a resurgence in recent weeks. A 4-match unbeaten run, which has them dreaming of a first finals appearance since the days of Ernie Merrick, which of course culminated in that loss here to Kevin Muscat's Melbourne Victory in the 2018 Grand Final. As you can see, there's quite a strong breeze as well, which has just blown the ball off the centre spot, but now we're ready to go. Melbourne Victory in predominantly navy blue, and you can see immediately how that ball hangs in the air because of the strong breeze. And that could have an impact today. And so too, Andy Harper, could that late omission for the Jets. Reno Piscopo's in such good form, such a blow for the home side.
Yeah, good afternoon, Simon. To everyone watching on the 10 Network, Paramount Plus. It's a big blow for Newcastle to lose Piscopo. It's one of their leading lights, and the late nature of his injury as well, just in the warm-up, was very, very disrupting. And Victory will get some sort of boost from that, you'd have to imagine. They could take whatever they can get. Victory on the back of their own win last week, which is a terrific one. But they're still cut adrift at the bottom of the table and need to correct that situation as soon as possible.
Heavy bang in the back here from Roderick Miranda on Becca Mikkeltatzer, right in the small of the back as well. Painful one for the Georgian. Sotirio. A little bit fortunate to get away with that, Josh Sotirio. Squared up by Hoffman for Jenkinson. And now Yerman. Telegraph that one straight at Nishan Velupillay, who races away down the right, and he's got Brillante ahead of him. It's a good challenge. Well timed by Yerman at the expense of a corner.
Yeah, gave the ball away. Rather sloppy bit of play from Matt Yerman, but a timely and expert intervention there in the end. And the Jet skipper. Again, it's a really promising situation for Victory. It never really quite looked like it in these early stages. They've had 2 breaks in open field with a retreating defence, and they never really looked likely. Get the early cobwebs out of the way.
Damian De Silva has made his way forward. Makes his move now. Rimmer's delivery is over everybody. Cadete pushed away by Jack Duncan. Scored once this season, Cadete. UTE was 2 against the Mariners. Duncan felt he had to take action. So another corner for Melbourne Victory. Rimmer. And again, he's overhit it. Unless he intends to find Cadete, whose second effort is a touch more wayward.
I think the first one was actually a cross that turned into a
probably
test.
Right.
And the second one comes along, and he thinks, well, actually, the cross didn't go too bad last time. It's definitely a cross. I think Jack Duncan does well. And then he gets the second opportunity. Well, that first so-called cross, this one, caused some trouble. Turns into a shot. Might have an actual direct shot this next time. Jets can't get the goal kick clear.
Velupillay. Roxon winning the 50-50 ball with Bahaja. Palami getting clear of Bahaja with ease. Cadete has a little look and slings it in. Hoffman underneath it. Nodded wide by Brillante, not quite in the direction of Brimmer. Cadete again. De Silva. Good spin. Nishan Valupale. And again to get rid of the defender. Needs a bit of help. It arrives now from Brimmer. And it might sit here for Valami. It's a good save by Duncan. Still alive for Valupale. Victory pressing. Cadete. And there was a little push in there from Ben Valami, I fancy, which causes Alex King to blow the whistle, and relief for the Jets.
Big relief. Well done, Jack Duncan. But excellent attack from Victory. And neither side has really been able to come to grips with the conditions yet. It's a great hit, that. Excellent work, Jack Duncan. And the Victory players were able to control the ball with really telling effect. The first time in 20 minutes that either team's really come to grips. Beautiful work from Valupale. Lovely turn to get things going.
Ingham. Thurgate. Mikkel Tanter's made the run, and that was the intention. And Hoffman swings it towards goal, finds Chapman in the way. And then there's a foul by Mohamed Altai.
Just lacking a little bit out of midfield generally. I mean, you lose Piscopo, it's a big hole, obviously, to fill. Mohamed Altai has done a good job in recent weeks of being a ball winner, being industrious. Costa Grossos has come into the team because of the injury to Piscopo. Doesn't quite balance the ledger. They're struggling to really get grip of possession. Interesting, Simon, that they're running, as it were, with one less sub today because of that. The Jets opted not to put the extra body on the bench.
Of course, Brandon O'Neill still absent. He would probably be an automatic pick. Oh dear, there's a mistake by Yerman. Could open the door here. Valupale and Brimmer. Surely, no. Fornaroli couldn't apply the finishing touch. It seems certain that Victory would take the lead. And Matt Yerman is the most relieved man inside McDonald Jones Stadium. All it needed really was a touch from Bruno Fornaroli. Instead, it's the Jets coming forward. Grossos flips it over the top. Surely a chance here for Newcastle brewing. And Bahaja couldn't square it for Sotirio. Chances at both ends.
Well, Matt Yerman has had real trouble with his distribution today. I think that's probably 4 he's given away. This was the most dangerous of them. And my jaw's still on the ground. We're not talking about any player here. That's Bruno Fornaroli, who's missed a gift from 3 yards.
Mikkel Tatzer. As we know from the past, doesn't mind dropping deep to try and set up the play, the Georgian. Here he is again, at deeper position. Thurgate. Mikkel Tanter. Building nicely here. Sotirio. Oh, there was a leg dangled out by Roderick Miranda, and it made contact with Sotirio, and it's a penalty for the Jets. And I don't think Victory can have too many complaints.
Well, my first reaction was penalty. He sticks his leg in. I don't know what he's protesting against, really. Beautiful play from Newcastle. That's the positive. And then he
There's
makes
a second
the contact.
movement as well.
He's in the dock. Guilty as charged, as far as I can see.
Big moment for the Jets. Alex King's not ready because that ball is off the spot again. This is going to do nothing for the nerves of the Georgian. Well, we could be here all day, Hubs.
We might have to go NFL style. It's Super Bowl week. Someone's going to have to lie down and hold it with their finger.
breeze billowing, as you can see from that banner in the stands behind Becca Mikkeltadze. He's got to hope it doesn't move at the point of impact. Here we go, Mikkeltadze against Acton, and it's in the back of the net. Acton guessed the right way, but it was too powerful. And Newcastle lead, Becca Mikkeltadze's 4th of the season, and he has goals in back-to-back home matches. And that's what it means.
It's a tough gig taking a penalty, particularly in circumstances like this. Clear penalty, no way out for Miranda. As much as he protests, referee made the right call. Matt Acton made the right guess and got a hand to the ball as well, but it just got too much on it from Becca Mikkeltadze on the Harvey Norman replay. Takes us to 1-0 for Newcastle.
Chapman. Now they penetrate through that first line of defence, and Bahagia was a little clumsy in his challenge on Brimmer, and Victory will have a free kick that is well within range for the likes of Jake Brimmer. All eyes on Jake Brimmer. Cadete can hit him too, but it is going to be Jake Brimmer, and he did find the target, but also the gloves of Jack Duncan.
Good solid work again from Jack Duncan, the busier of the two keepers today. It's really good work. I mean, there's lethal from set pieces. Jake Brimmer gets good bend on that as well. Going through the goalkeeper's mind, Jack Duncan would be, is the wind going to bite as well? He maintained his concentration, saved strongly for his team.
Your thoughts on the first half, Hubs?
Well, both sets of players, I think, have done well in the face of a few very difficult conditions. The pitch is bumpy, the wind very, very difficult. And now they can get out of the heat for a drink and a rest and a chat.
Half-time at McDonald Jones Stadium. Becca Mikkeltadze's penalty on 37 minutes, the difference after Josh Sotirio had been fouled by Roderick Miranda. Victory have had their opportunities, but so far have not been able to take them. At the break, Newcastle Jets 1, Melbourne Victory 0. As for the goals today, well, he's got the one that matters. Becca Mikkeltadze from the penalty spot after Josh Sotirio had been felled by Roderick Miranda. Can the Jets make it 5 games unbeaten? If they do, it'll be their best run in 2 years. They have kept just the 2 clean sheets this season. Arthur Pappas will be mindful of that. And of course, the wind will have a factor to play in this second half, as it did in the first. As the Jets get us back underway, kicking from left to right on your screens in this second half. And as for Melbourne Victory, Andy Harper, well, Tony Popovich will have reminded his players that after today, just 11 games to go. And they need to start finding some consistency in terms of results.
Yeah, definitely so. All the while, they're battling through their current predicament. Need to keep believing, get something out of this. That's the yellow card to start the second half on Dane Ingham. And Simon, I don't offer this as by way of criticism at all. But the key to getting out of this one, not for victory, but to maintaining their lead, the Jets, is the team that is the least sloppy. Because these conditions, it's really difficult for players, and we can say it, we can expect it, they're this, they're that, the other, but it's just really difficult to rise above the conditions, and they're hit with 3 of them at the moment. The pitch is bumpy, but the wind and the heat, and it's really difficult for players to lift themselves above that and get to their normal levels of efficiency.
Brillante. Wide right is Valupale. Still Nishan Valupale. Still! That's a fine, fine goal from Nishan Valupale as Victory tie it up. The youngster with his first goal of the season. and he just drifted into the penalty box and found the corner. 1-1.
Well, his feet have been great today. He's got great feet generally. Couple of questionable decisions up till now, but on the Harvey Norman replay, we can see as he gets through, breaches the Jets line, jinks magnificently with those silver feet of his, and then spears the ball past Jack Duncan. It's an excellent effort from Nishan Velupillay.
Here's Trem Bahaja for Newcastle. Grozos. And the block from Broxham. It's Bahaja instead, who works it short. Not sure what that was meant to be, but it's broken briefly for Thurgate, and Newcastle will get a free kick here. Somewhat unorthodox corner. Donald Jones Stadium holds its breath. Played into Costa Grozos, who thumps it in from the top of the box. Nobody picked him up. Maybe a training ground move from the set piece, and it's paid cash for the Jets. Costa Grozos scores, and Newcastle have their lead back.
Well, it's an excellent free kick. It's shocking defending from Victory. They did not adjust at all. Jake Brimmer to the left of the wall on the Harvey Norman replay with two to police. And a very welcome goal, evidently scored by a very popular goal scorer. Costa Grozos finds the back of the net. Excellent set-piece plan. Woeful Victory defending to allow that to happen. And the Jets back in front.
Well, it's his first goal in the competition, hence the big smile and the celebrations. More valuable time lost for Melbourne Victory. Staring down the barrel now of what would be a 9th defeat of the season. Brillante. Silva. Quickly towards Economides, did well to control that. Brillante. Cue it up for Victory, all Kamau, and then Duncan went through the back of him. And I think the flag is up for offside in any case. And Bruce Kamau got a fair old whack there from Jack Duncan. Maybe that flag saved the goalkeeper. Let's have another look, Carbs.
Well, who's offside?
Well, nobody there.
Nobody there. So, does he get the ball, Jack Duncan? Luckily for him, he does. Then,
well,
does he?
Kamau gets it first.
So then, is there a cause for a penalty there? He wasn't offside. Tony Popovich is asking the same question. He clearly wasn't offside.
Kamau plays the ball first. Duncan does get a piece of it. Does go through the back of Bruce Kamau. Interesting one.
The VAR seem happy that everything's intact. We can only ask the question.
Wilson continues meantime. Negro sent it into the box. Juric went down under Jenkinson's challenge. Nothing doing there either for Victory. Late pressure for the Jets to deal with. Jack Duncan gets his angles spot on. But a worrying moment that for the Newcastle Jets.
So I think we're pretty comfortable that that's nowhere near offside. No. So then Kamau gets the ball, then gets cleaned up. Touch. Does Jack Duncan get the ball at all? That's my question, which I'll leave hanging. Bruno with a disallowed goal today, missed one, an air swing from 3 yards in the first half.
Well, Josh Sotirio's surely got to get a yellow card for that. absolutely hammered the ball down the far end of the ground and picks up a really needless caution. Last knockings, so McDonald-Jones. De Silva. Rolante. And for Cadete. Rolante again. Going to float it into that area. Just hit Thomas Aquilina. Not sure he knew too much about it. Anywhere will do for the Jets.
Oh, I think you're right. He had no idea. And there was only a Jet player sweeping to clear it. No Victory players within sight.
It's got to come soon for Victory. We're into the 9th minute of added time. Check of the watch from Alex King. Surely they got to launch it into the box, Victory. Oh dear, that's not what was needed. Not at all. Too cute by half.
Damien De Silva. Qu'est-ce que c'est? Get it in the box, he says.
And despite that late flurry from Victory, it looks as though Newcastle are going to get the points. On we go for the moment. Another check of the watch from Alex King. And there we go. Cheers of joy, and no doubt a few from relief as well for the Jets fans. A very happy birthday for Arthur Papas as his team make it 5 games unbeaten, 2 wins, 3 draws. Momentum starting to build for the Novocastrians. Momentum halted though again for Victory, who cannot build on last week's victory over Wellington and who will remain rooted to the foot of the table for another week. Goals from Grozos and in the first half from Mikkel Tadze for the home side. Nishan Balupale briefly brought Melbourne Victory level. They had 1 disallowed from Forderoli, 1 big shout for a penalty, turned down 2. But it's the 9th defeat of the season for Tony Popovic's team. And it all ends in 3 points for the Jets. Newcastle 2, Melbourne Victory 1.